I'm Sebastian, and I am reading from my book, Uncommon Gay Spiritual Warrior. And we're working on discovery number 2. And this discovery is called Is God the Judge in the Sky? I like to think about God being much more than a book of rules. I had a very interesting experience yesterday confronting someone who is very Bible thumping, Bible based Christian right wing person. It's a very, very old friend in my life. And recently, she was a babysitter of mine when I was a child. And recently, about 2 years ago, she caught up with me on Facebook and we began to share thoughts and ideas, and actually lots of love. She sent me some beautiful birthday cards and my mother some cards, and she's been very special. But there has always been an underlying something that I knew was going to explode at any time because of some of her blogs that I've read about being against Obama and the healthcare reform, and especially about religion and her ideas about God being only in this book. I want to read from my book, Discovery Number 2. I would likely think that God is so much more than any scripture can proclaim. I would like to think that God is, as the lyrics of the song from The Color Purple suggest, like a blade of corn, like a honeybee, like a waterfall, all a part of me, like the color purple, that God is all of these and so much more. Now, I want to explain a little bit more about the story and what transpired, and to let you understand or help you understand a little bit more about being ostracized from the community of Christianity, and the difference between standing up for yourself and actually fighting for what you believe. A lot of us have very early on in our Christian discovery decided that we didn't fit in, and so we escaped from it and never again to turn back to look for God. Then I've noticed in my life coaching and hypnotherapeutic work that a lot of people who were pushed away from God really had a center or a being or a spiritual understanding of God early on, but left religion, not God, and are on their way back to discovering who they are. And this is what my book is about, and this is what these discoveries are about. Trying to unfold the difference between scriptural belief in God and the way God that unfolds itself to us in our unique GLBT way. So the story goes with this woman. I posted one of these videos to my Facebook page, and it looked to her, to someone who is in her maybe early 70s, that I had specifically asked her to spread the word about this. But the truth was, I just posted it on my page, so it was for anybody. And she wrote back to me a formal letter that said, if you want me to be able to endorse what you do, I'd have to have a copy of your book. And I wrote back to her and I said, I'm not asking you to endorse my book. My book has already been endorsed by a lot of famous people. And all I really wanted you to do was take a look at the video, and if it spoke to you, share it with some other people. And to that end, she watched the video and basically said that she couldn't condone who I was. And she used the word condone, and I thought that was very condescending. And it was in the first paragraph of her letter back to me. And so in my slightly angry state, I wrote back an email that basically said I thought that her email was condescending, and that I realized that she has basic differences between her and I, but that she had no right to judge whether or not I had a spiritual father or spiritual being in heaven that loved me or created me just as who I am. and she had no right to judge that. And I quoted her a couple scriptures because of my background in being a Pentecostal minister. I understood exactly where she was coming from. As I don't know if I shared this before, but I used to stand on the streets as well and pass out tracts in New York City and tell people they were going to go to hell, especially gay people. And so I understand completely. I come from a place of compassion about who she is, but I'm also finding that I have this deeply seated anger for traditional Christianity. And more than that, even deeper than that, probably a place of expected judgment, that they see me as this person who is going to go to hell and I have no rights otherwise because of their set of rules. So, what I'd like for you to try to do today is I'd like for you to try to put yourself in a compassionate place for Christians and realize that if you seriously believed that your son, daughter, best friend was going to go to hell, or if there is a hell, because of a way they were acting, would you try to intervene? That's your goal today. Just think about it. You don't have to act upon it. Just imagine inside yourself for a time, for a moment, if you would, with that belief, try to help that person out of their behavior. And if so, then maybe you can have a little compassion for that person and hopefully be the better person as I tried to be yesterday in my next email to her, and just decide that we were on two separate sides of a bay, and I certainly wasn't willing to swim to her side to be a friend. And so, have a good day and enjoy life and enjoy growing spiritually. Have a good day. Bye bye.